Okay, my friends, welcome to the shoe rack, aka Juliana's pretty extensive collection of shoes. And I thought I would just run you guys through all the shoes that I'm currently running in and maybe hoping to run in and the mileage on the shoes. And I don't know, maybe you guys can chime in to see if you have the same shoe or there's a shoe you think I should try out. But I'm going to give you guys a rundown of all the shoes that I have for you. Woo! Shoes! Okay, first off, we have the New Balance Nitrile V4. This is a just kind of light trail shoe, and these ones have 9 miles in them. Woo! And then we have the Hoka Speed Go. I believe this is the 5th edition, and these ones have 74 miles on them. And then next up, we have the Saucony Peregrine 12, and these bad boys have 8 miles on them that I just put on them this morning because this was my first run, and I really enjoyed them. So we're putting them into the rotation. Next is going to be the Brooks Catamount 3, which has 11 miles on it, and I've genuinely really enjoyed this shoe, so ta-da! And then next up we have the Brick, the Legend, the Unit, the Cascadia 16. Sorry, I couldn't remember which number this was. This is the Cascadia 16 from Brooks, and these bad boys, woo, they are a hefty unit that is super stable, and we love that. Next up, we're going to bring in the Nova Blast Trail, which is the Nova Blast 4 with trail lugs on the bottom. These bad boys have 128 miles on them. And then I have a second pair with 134 miles on them. And then we have a pair of regular Nova Blast 4s with 97 miles on them in this really awesome shade of bright, bright, bright red. And then we are going to break out the On Cloudflow 4. Nice Tempo Day shoe. There you go. These ones have 64 miles on them. And then we have the Asics GT 2013, I believe. Yeah, 13. And these are the latest version of the GT 2000 from Asics. These bad boys have about 9 miles on them. And wow, what a sleeper shoe. This is a great shoe. I've genuinely really enjoyed this shoe, which is odd because it's a stability shoe. It's not really meant for that, but it's a good shoe. Then we have another stability shoe. This is the Puma Forever Run. This is the first version of the Puma Forever Run. These ones have 64 miles on them. Okay, then we have the New Balance 1080 V13, and these bad boys have 108 miles on them. This was my marathon shoe of the year last year. Really nice and squishy and bouncy. Then we have a brand-ish new pair of Asics Magic Speed 3s. These bad boys have 37 miles on them. You got that carbon plate down in there. We love it. And then we have a pair of Deviate 1s from Puma. And these bad boys have 97 miles on them. And then we're going to have my newish pair of Puma Deviates. These ones, I believe, have a little over 100 miles on them. So this is the Puma Deviate 2. And this is my newer pair of Puma Deviate 2s. And then we have my old pair of Puma Deviate 2s, which have probably one good run left in them. And these have 275 miles on them. And these, as you know, if you watched this channel before, are the GOAT right here. Then headed over to racing shoes, we have the Asics Metaspeed Edge Paris, and these ones have 73 miles on them. And this is the lightest shoe I own by far. This thing weighs literally nothing. And then we have the Puma Deviate Elite 1. This has 61 miles on it, and this is Puma's kind of more controlled racing shoe, I would say, with the full carbon plate all the way through. And the last shoe we just had also has a full carbon plate all the way through. And this is the Tracksmith collab, so this is bougie. And then last but certainly not least, we have the Puma Fast R1s, which have this really awesome carbon plate thing going on here, where you can actually see the physical carbon plate through here. Obviously, I've worn through the side there. And these bad boys have 73 miles on them. And this is Puma's less controlled racing shoe. Now, I do have a couple of other shoes that are coming in the mail. I have 3 new pairs of trail shoes that should be coming my way. And then I also have a second pair of Puma Deviate 1s that are in the closet ready to rock and roll. And then I have another pair of the Asics Metaspeeds in my closet ready to rock and roll. So we have a plethora of shoes. That doesn't mean we can't try more shoes. Also, I have not found the shoe that I want to use for my trail race yet. And that's kind of part of the reason that we're trying out even more shoes. So stay tuned to that. But this is the shoe lineup for right now, which is probably going to change by the end of the week because, again, I have 3 new pairs of shoes that are part of the Second Chance Shoe Society, which I've coined it, which is when I buy shoes used from other people, which a lot of these shoes actually were bought used. So 12 out of the shoes that I just showed you, which is over half, I bought for probably around somewhere $20 to $30, and I bought them used on sites like Mercari, Poshmark, and eBay. And they're shoes that people either bought and they didn't fit and they can't use and they can't return, or shoes that they wore a couple of times and they just didn't work out for them. So I just try and buy shoes that way, one, because it's cheaper, and two, it's creating less waste. So I'm using a shoe that someone would have either thrown out or donated or of the like, and I'm giving it a second chance. So I welcome new shoes into my second chance shoe society, and it's just nice to be able to not pollute the environment any more than it's already being polluted, and also save a little bit of money, and also get to try out some new shoes, you know? So keep that in mind when you are watching this video. 12 of these shoes are used shoes, and the 2 more that I mentioned that are in my closet are also shoes that I bought used, and the ones that are coming to me in the mail are also shoes that I bought used. So this shoe collection, though it looks like it's very expensive, honestly, each shoe, I did the math the other day, I paid about 25 to 30 bucks per pop for each shoe, approximately. And I mean, these Saucony Peregrines I got for $8. So you just gotta know where to look sometimes. But yeah, this is not super expensive collection. It's not contributing for the most part to like eco pollution, waste, things like that. It's actually kind of saving things from going into waste buckets, which is nice. So please keep that in mind when you're watching this. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know below which shoe you saw that is your favorite, or if you have a favorite shoe that you think I should try out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Thank you for listening to this episode of Runna. This podcast is edited, hosted, and produced by me, Juliana Coughlin. Brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club and the Falmouth Community TV station. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Instagram and on TikTok at RunnaPod, and you can send us an email at runnapod@gmail.com. And our original theme music was brought to you by the one and the only wonderful Jeffrey Hutton. And keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.